But it was set up really nicely. There was like a shower, toilet. This was where my bed and that were. My bed's still there. Meant to be coming back to this. Housing didn't give me anyway.
This had been Monique's everything for the past 6 months. After a domestic violence relationship, she was unable to afford rent.
It provided a home at that point in time. It was as homely as it could have been. Even if it was less homely, I don't think I'd survive it. No.
When ex-cyclone Alfred hit Moreton Bay and the public park she lived in, the struggling mum was put up in a state-funded hotel. But after the storm passed, she had to leave, returning to this.
There's not much.
How are you feeling with all this?
I don't know. I don't know how to feel. When they said there'd be nothing left, I didn't believe them, but there was nothing left. There's nothing left. The showers are probably the only thing that can be saved, and it's barely.
4 people down by the blue tent have now gone. Another 4 people by the blue collapse shelter have now gone.
Monique was one of almost 30 people who lived here at Eddie Highland Park.
This actually withstood the storm, but you can see the damage that happened to it.
Yeah.
It's not worth saving.
So where's everyone gone?
I'm not sure. Unfortunately, it's throwing a big spanner in the works there. We don't know how to find these people, where they've gone, and how they're going to get the help that they need now.
But it's not just the storm that's changed things. Earlier this month, Moreton Bay City Council scrapped a policy that had allowed homeless people to legally camp in public parks. Now, in a worst-case scenario, people could face up to $8,000 worth of fines if they refuse to move on.
At the moment, I think they're feeling like the community is against them with what's going on.
The council said it was because illegal campers were refusing accommodation, conducting illegal behaviour and causing serious public safety concerns.
So where do you start?
I don't know. Kind of gives me anxiety thinking of where to start.
A day after Moreton Bay made it illegal for rough sleepers to camp, Brisbane City Council followed suit.
Lord Mayor, did you have a change of heart, or have you just been good at hiding how heartless you really are?
I think you'd have to be pretty heartless to allow people to stay in squalid and dangerous tent encampments when there is crisis accommodation available right now. You would have to be...
I've already advised people in the public.
Lord Mayor Adrian Schrinner also cited serious concerns and complaints of violence and unruly behaviour, drug use and vandalism, with worries an influx from Moreton Bay would make it even worse.
Our position is simple. We want to get people out of tents and into accommodation. It is as simple as that. The accommodation is available.
That claim has been hotly contested over the past fortnight.
I have been staying across the park over there. There's a tent near the toilet there.
Yeah.
But that tent we literally found at the rubbish bin and just set it up.
Musgrave Park in Brisbane's CBD has for many years been the site of a temporary tent city and a confronting visual gauge of the city's homelessness crisis. When ex-cyclone Alfred hit, many were rushed into charity shelters or state-funded apartments.
Because I actually had ID, or photo ID, they got me an apartment at Capital Apartments over here, and then we got kicked out by Capital Apartments because they weren't expecting us to stay longer or whatever their reasoning. Then I ended up coming back to this park.
There are close to 50,000 people in Queensland waiting for social housing. That number's gone up 10% this past year and expected to be higher, with many not reported.
Those pathways just don't exist at the moment because so much change has happened and it's not easy to get building happen quickly. And unfortunately, some people do feel safer on the streets.
Welcome to one of our newest homes.
Thank you. Showing us around a new domestic and family violence shelter is Queensland's new Housing Minister, Sam O'Connor.
So this was a partnership with the Lady Musgrave Trust, who got a Queensland builder, McNabb, on board, who built it for cost price. We came on board with about $2.5 million of the $3 million build cost.
Instead of buying existing homes, the state government's committed to building 3,200 new social homes this year.
So Brisbane's Lord Mayor has said there's plenty of accommodation available, so everyone's wondering where is it and how much do you have?
We're housing nearly 5,000 people in hotels and motels, and that's not a stable long-term solution, but it's what we need to do in the interim. I respect council's role and they've got to make their own decisions around their spaces like their parks, but our role is to be there with them and make sure that we are engaging with these people and making sure that as many as we possibly can are put into the system and they're on that pathway.
Arguably, your greatest challenge is going to be earning people's trust, because a lot of people don't trust politicians. A lot of these people don't trust authority. How are you going to prove them wrong?
Through actions, through outcomes. I think that's the only way we can. I'm keen to improve it from a higher level. I will be establishing a Homelessness Ministerial Advisory Council. I want to make sure that we have that regular, high-level forum where they can raise these concerns and we can figure out these issues from that level and from the broader policy sense.
Government functions as government does, as you admitted, with a lot of red tape. So by introducing another forum, are you just at risk of having another group of people talking about a problem and no action to follow through?
No, because this is direct to the minister and it's direct to the tops of the department. So we haven't had something like this before. We're spending every minute of every day to make sure we can fix this crisis.
I believe they're trying to kick everyone out of this park here. So that way, you know, everyone's gone and you know, they can do whatever they want, but I'm going to stay. I don't care what the police say. I'm going to stay.
Back at Eddie Highland Park in Moreton Bay, there's a defiant crowd who'll believe in change when they see it.
Everyone just puts us all into one category, and then we all look shit, and we all don't look really good at all because we're all camping and you know, nowhere to live, and it does look bad, but you know, if the housing could just pull whatever out their ass and just give people places to live, none of this will happen.
Disability pensioner Shane says he was priced out of the rental market after COVID and has been waiting 3 years for affordable state housing, half a year longer than the current average wait time.
It's pretty crap. Really, it makes you feel like you just don't want to be around no more. So, you know, you get told one thing and then you try to do the right thing and then you get told something else, so you get pulled all in different directions. You got to move, then you don't have to move, and you really don't know where you're going. And that way there's no meaning in life to where you can go because there's nowhere to go. So what are you supposed to do? If you've got nowhere to go, well, what are you supposed to do?